I get feedback almost every day on our podcast.
I've never gotten any feedback.
I've never gotten any feedback.
I get so much feedback.
From who?
From almost everybody in my network, including people that like I don't talk to on a regular basis. Like I haven't talked to since undergrad. Like, hey, listen to your podcast. I don't think you're right about this stuff. I'm like, my mom was like, I don't like it when you say the word asshole. And I was like, well, it was in the context of everybody cusses.
They're coming at you hard.
My dad gave me a whole hour-long lecture on how I shouldn't say I'm a bad project manager. I was like, but Dad, I am a bad project manager.
Why? You said you were a bad project manager?
I said I'm bad at project management.
In one of the podcasts?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I am bad at project management. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Well, so here's my thing. I feel like you saying you're a bad project manager isn't saying that you're being self-aware. Like, how can that ever be a negative thing?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It was, no, somebody's not going to want to hire you because they're going to want somebody to really strong to manage the project.
You're a team. This is
Right.
what it's been a theme in my life recently. It's the same conversation over and over again. It's like you're good at 2 or 3 things you're so good at. So hone in on that and stop trying to like sell yourself as the entire world, because you're not. That's why you have a team.
Absolutely.
I am like on fire about that recently, and I don't know why I just got so passionate about it again.
Well, I had a conversation last week with somebody about my Colby score. And I said that I was high upstart and low follow through, which I'm pretty sure everybody in their right mind knows. Like, I am not detail oriented. I'm not a perfectionist. And somebody was like, well, I don't know if I want to work with you because you have low follow through. So can you follow through on a project? And I was like, yes, because my team follows through on the project.
Yeah.
Like, if I were a solo operation, the answer would be no. But if I were a solo operation, we have a lot larger problems to deal with.
Yeah, for real.
Agreed. I am not a great follow-through person.
So I'm not either. I've had to force myself, and I wonder if that's a trait of, I mean, it's pretty interesting that all 3 of us are really bad at that.
I have a tendency to believe that entrepreneurs are that way.
Yeah, me too.
And it's because entrepreneurs are more visionary than they are executing. I mean, we execute, obviously, because we've got to get the business started.
Right.
But a really good entrepreneur is going to hire people to do the things that they do lousy. And in my case, it's the details.
Yeah, agreed. I'm the worst person in the world when it comes to, like, I'll be sitting every single day. I come up with a brand new business idea, and I'm like, wait, this could work. I have just invented something new. This is what needs to happen. And I'm just ready to, like, start a new business every single day.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing in the world. It's awful.
Yeah. I have to force myself to focus.
Yeah.
Stay focused on the project I'm working on.
I don't know. There's something going on with me over the last like week and a half. I'm like being very passionate about everything that I'm saying and very aggressive. I don't know what it is. I think I no longer have a tolerance for I don't know. I was talking to Evan on the phone yesterday, and he was like, "Man, you just like are no nonsense right now." I don't know what it is, because I feel like I've always been super like, okay. And now recently I'm just like, no. That is not how things operate. I don't know what's going on with me.
You're getting intense.
I am getting intense. That was the word you used.
Yeah, you're getting focused now.
Yeah.
Which is good because, like, then you can really focus.
Yeah. I think I used to just be very much. I'm also understanding what my strengths are, and I'm no longer taking on stuff that I can only do, like, 60% well or 30% well. I'm saying I'm finally being like, no. Like, if you want that done, we're going to need to find someone else, because that's just such a relief to me to be able to say that. And also, like, you're going to get better work. And isn't that what everyone wants? And it's going to save me 15 hours of trying to do something that takes somebody else an hour.
Yeah, and it's more pleasurable to do the stuff that you're good at. Not that I think you don't ever challenge yourself to expand by doing some things you're not great at. But especially when you have limited amount of time and you're focused on a project, it's like, what is the best way to utilize your time? That's a question I'm always asking myself.
Have you read The 4 Hour Workweek?
I have,
I'm in it right now.
I have to say, however, I just don't believe that exists. Not for the truly successful entrepreneur.
So I'm currently reading the book, and I agree. Like, I agree with that. And I'm reading it in the sense of, hey, offload the stuff you're not good at and give yourself time to rest is like kind of how I'm taking it right now. But I'm only like halfway through. If that did exist, man, sign me up. Goodness.
This may be a self-judgment, but I am very much about my work. Like I eat, drink, breathe the work that I do.
Yeah.
And what would I do the rest of the week if I was only doing my work for 4 hours?
I can think of a lot of stuff I'd do. And I love working, and I can think of so many things. I'd just be at the beach. That's really the main thing that comes to mind. I'd probably drink margaritas earlier in the day, not wait till, like 7. Start around like 1. Yeah, right, Evan? Yeah, start at like 1, 2, Really, we could come up with a game plan for you if you'd like.
I quit one job in 2009. I left my work that I'd done for 20 years, basically, and had 3 years where I was, quote, retired. I was bored out of my mind. I mean, it was really fun for about a year.
Right.
And then I just got stir crazy. I needed purpose. I needed focus. I needed structure in my life. It didn't work. I mean, I was working out all the time. I was in really good shape.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of movies. I read a lot of books.
That's so funny.
But I also felt like I was floating a little bit. Like I needed more structure.
That makes sense. I guess as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, if I only worked 4 hours a week, I'm not taking into account the fact that I would still be doing my blog and all that kind of stuff, and that would never be 4 hours a week. But that's because I forget that it's work sometimes,
That's an important thing to note, too, is that if you love what you're doing, it's not, quote, work.
Completely.
It's just kind of a lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
And I've heard people criticize this idea of living a lifestyle, but I don't know, it works for me.
That's what I liked about the one thing that he said in the book was the whole concept around the 4-hour work week is so that you're not busting your ass for like years upon years waiting for retirement. And it is about creating that kind of lifestyle where he's like, oh yeah, I'll just take like a month or 3 months off. It's fine. Hey, same. I'll be there. I'll be there right there with you, man.
And actually, now that you're talking about that, Carl and I do take a month off at a time. But the interesting thing about it is even when we're off for a month, we're still working.
Right.
I mean, we may not be physically in the office.
Yeah.
But with technology now, I'm still checking in, still talking to people that are on my team. Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed is as I start to focus only what I do during the day on what I'm really good at, everything else really doesn't feel like work. And so I don't mind doing it for 50 hours a week or 60 hours a week because it goes by really quickly. And then the time that I take off also feels like free time. And so they both feel like free time because I'm either doing what I really love to do and creating value for my businesses, or I'm doing what I really love to do and creating value in my personal life. And so it never really feels like a grind, or it feels like, oh my gosh, now I have to do whatever, because I enjoy every minute of it. I mean, I think that's different too than somebody who says, I really love what I do, but I feel like if I'm not working, then I'm losing.
Yeah.
I think that's different. There's something going on there where you're overcompensating, or there's something going on deep in your mind where you're nervous about something, and so you have to feel like you're always on. Whereas I think now when I focus on only what I'm uniquely good at, and only what I really love, and those two things are the same, none of it ever feels like work.
No, I totally agree with that. can find Annamarie at Mindfully Annamarie. You can find myself at Emily VDW, and you can find Evan at _Evan Ryan. We'll talk to you next week.